The sun peeked through the lace curtains of the small suburban home on Maple Street, casting a warm glow over the freshly polished wooden floors. It was a typical Saturday morning in 1965, and Eleanor Thompson was already up, the aroma of sizzling bacon and brewed coffee filling the air. The radio crackled softly in the background, playing the latest hits from the Beatles, while the sound of children's laughter drifted from the front yard. Eleanor glanced at the clock, 7:30 a.m., and smiled as she watched her husband Jack struggling to fix the old toaster. Their teenage son, Tommy, was racing his friends down the driveway on his new red bicycle, the chrome gleaming in the morning light. Meanwhile, little Susie was busy arranging her collection of colorful marbles on the kitchen table, her eyes sparkling with excitement for the day ahead. After breakfast, the family planned to spend the afternoon together. Jack was eager to work on his prized garden, hoping to finally get those tomatoes to ripen just right. Eleanor had promised to help Mrs. Parker, their elderly neighbor, with some grocery shopping, a gesture of kindness that had become a cherished routine. As the day unfolded, the Thompsons navigated the simple pleasures and small challenges of their everyday lives. From the joy of a neighborhood block party to the minor frustrations of a broken fence, each moment was a thread in the rich tapestry of their community. The scent of freshly cut grass, the sound of lawn mowers humming in the distance, and the sight of kids riding around with kick scooters all contributed to a sense of belonging and contentment. Eleanor found herself reminiscing about the slower pace of life, where evenings were spent around the dinner table sharing stories, and weekends were reserved for family outings and friendly gatherings. The innocence of those times, untouched by the rapid changes that were just beginning to shape the future, offered a comforting embrace. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the Thompsons gathered on their front porch. They watched as fireflies began to twinkle in the twilight, and the first stars appeared in the night sky. It was a perfect end to an ordinary day, one that would be remembered fondly for years to come. As night settled over Maple Street, the Thompsons retired to their cozy living room. Jack settled into his favorite armchair, a well-worn spot beside the crackling fireplace, while Eleanor arranged fresh flowers from their garden into a vase on the coffee table. Tommy and Susie eagerly recounted the day's adventures, their voices animated as they shared stories of races won and marbles collected. Eleanor listened attentively, her heart swelling with pride at her children's enthusiasm. She glanced around the room, appreciating the simple beauty of their home, the framed family photos, the handmade quilts on the walls, and the soft glow of the lamp that cast a warm light over the space. It was a sanctuary from the outside world, a place where love and laughter thrived. Jack chimed in, describing the progress he made in the garden. "I think these tomatoes are finally starting to show some color. With a bit more sunshine, they should be perfect for the summer harvest." His hands gestured thoughtfully, reflecting his passion for nurturing life from soil to fruit. As the conversation flowed, Eleanor felt a deep sense of contentment. She pondered the significance of their daily routines, recognizing how each small act, whether tending the garden, helping a neighbor, or simply sharing a meal, wove together the fabric of their family's legacy. These moments of togetherness were the foundation upon which their lives were built, providing stability and joy amidst the ever-changing world outside. Susie, her eyes still bright from the day's excitement, asked if they could have a picnic the following weekend. Jack and Eleanor exchanged smiles, pleased by her request. They began to discuss preparations, from packing sandwiches to choosing a spot in the nearby park under the old oak tree. The idea of spending another day surrounded by nature and community filled them with anticipation. Tommy, meanwhile, brought up the upcoming neighborhood block party, suggesting they contribute dishes and perhaps organize a game for the kids. Eleanor appreciated his initiative, seeing in him the same sense of responsibility and camaraderie that she valued so deeply. Together, they brainstormed ideas, each family member contributing their thoughts and plans. As the evening grew late, the family shared a hearty dinner, the table laden with home-cooked favorites and heartfelt conversation. The bond they shared was palpable, a testament to the love and effort each member invested in maintaining their harmonious household. After dinner, they lingered around the table, savoring the last moments of the day before retiring to their individual quarters. Eleanor retreated to the kitchen to wash the dishes, the rhythmic sound of running water soothing her. She paused, gazing out the window at the star-studded sky, reflecting on the day's events. There was a timeless quality to their lives, an enduring simplicity that promised stability and happiness. As she finished her chores, Eleanor felt a profound appreciation for the ordinary yet extraordinary life they led, grateful for the shared memories and the promise of many more to come. As Eleanor placed the last dish into the drying rack, she heard the soft footsteps of Jack approaching. He wrapped an arm around her, pulling her close. "Long day?" he asked softly, his voice tinged with tenderness. She nodded, leaning into his embrace. "It's nights like these that make me realize how lucky we are. With everything changing so fast outside, our little world here feels like a constant anchor." Jack looked into her eyes, his expression reflective. "You're right. The simplicity of our routines, the way we support each other, it gives us strength. Especially now, with the news about the new developments downtown, people are worried about losing their homes and community spirit." Eleanor sighed, the weight of his words settling between them. "I've been thinking about that too. How can we help? Maybe by organizing more community events or volunteering to support those affected." Before Jack could respond, the doorbell rang, breaking their moment. Eleanor walked over and opened the door to find Mrs. Alvarez from next door, holding a stack of flyers. "Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Jack. I hope I'm not interrupting. I wanted to share some ideas for the block party and discuss how we can come together to support everyone in the neighborhood." They welcomed her in, and soon the living room was filled with discussions about plans and initiatives. Eleanor felt a surge of purpose, realizing that their family's strength could extend beyond their home to uplift the entire community. As they brainstormed, Susie and Tommy joined in, their youthful energy sparking new ideas. The evening took on a new vibrancy, the sense of unity deepening. Eleanor watched her family in action, pride swelling in her heart. This was more than just a gathering. It was a reaffirmation of their values and their commitment to each other and those around them. As the night drew to a close, Eleanor stood by the window once more, the stars shining brightly above. The path ahead might hold uncertainties, but in that moment, she felt a profound connection to her family and her community. Together, they could face whatever challenges lay ahead, bound by love, resilience, and the enduring spirit of Maple Street. As night deepened, the family and Mrs. Alvarez dove into the planning with enthusiasm. Susie sketched colorful banners, her crayons moving swiftly across paper, while Tommy outlined a schedule of activities on a whiteboard. Mrs. Alvarez shared her contacts for local vendors and volunteers, her experience a valuable resource. Eleanor and Jack discussed logistics, ensuring everyone felt included and every voice was heard. Trouble arose when they realized limited funds would hinder their vision. Doubt flickered among them, threatening to dampen their spirits. Eleanor felt the pressure but took a deep breath, remembering the strength in their unity. "We can reach out for donations or maybe start a crowdfunding page," she suggested, her voice steady. Jack nodded in agreement. "And perhaps we can hold a garage sale or a bake-off to raise some initial funds. Every little bit helps." Inspired by Eleanor's resilience, the group rallied together, brainstorming creative solutions. Susie's idea to involve local schools brought new energy, while Tommy's enthusiasm for social media campaigns opened digital avenues for support. Mrs. Alvarez connected them with neighboring communities, fostering a sense of broader solidarity. Days turned into weeks as the block party plans took shape. The neighborhood responded with overwhelming support. People donated supplies, volunteered their time, and shared their skills. The challenges they faced only strengthened their commitment, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth and collaboration. Finally, the day of the block party arrived. Maple Street buzzed with excitement and laughter, vibrant decorations swaying in the gentle breeze. Stalls lined the street, offering homemade treats, crafts, and games for all ages. Music filled the air, and the sense of community was palpable. Eleanor watched as neighbors connected, old friendships rekindled, and new ones formed, her heart swelling with pride. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the festivities, Eleanor stood beside Jack, surveying the joyful chaos. "We did it," she whispered, a tear of happiness escaping her eye. Jack squeezed her hand gently. "Yes, we did. Together." The success of the block party became a beacon of hope and resilience for Maple Street. It reminded everyone that in times of uncertainty, their collective strength and unwavering support for one another could overcome any challenge. Eleanor felt a profound sense of accomplishment, knowing that their efforts had not only uplifted their neighborhood, but also reinforced the enduring bonds of family and community. Under the starlit sky, Eleanor reflected on the journey they had undertaken. The initial worries about the changing world had been transformed into a testament of unity and love. With their shared values and determination, they had created a legacy of compassion and togetherness that would sustain them through whatever the future held. As she embraced Jack, she knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, their family and community would remain steadfast, anchored by the unwavering spirit of Maple Street.